Ever feel like you're drowning in decisions or wishing leading could be simpler? Imagine if one choice could transform your team, reshape your culture, and actually clear your mental clutter. Stick around, I'm about to dig into the secret behind decisions that punch way above their weight. Welcome to Level Up Leadership, the podcast designed to help you elevate your leadership journey. I'm Lee, and today I want to share an idea I call Capsule Decisions. What are they? They're those small but mighty choices that hold the code to your whole leadership philosophy. Over this episode, I'm going to dive into what makes something a capsule decision, how this works in our lives outside of work, why this approach shows up at the highest levels, even in places like the White House, and what makes capsule decisions a superpower for leaders. Finally, some examples from various stages of companies, so no matter where you lead, you'll find a move you could make this week. Ready? Let's go! You probably know the feeling. Those decisions that somehow feel heavier, like they'll ripple way beyond the moment. Not the 100 little admin tasks, but the ones that quietly shape how we do things here for the long term. Capsule decisions are those single, focused choices that pack three things into one action. First, they bring a value to life, turning "we care about work-life balance" or "trust matters" into more than just a catchphrase. Second, they set a precedent. They become the new normal, guiding choices without anyone having to ask. And third, they kick off real consequences that spread far and wide, sometimes in ways you'd never predict. I like to say they're the small hinge that swing big doors. And unlike the endless management theories, capsule decisions don't make things more complex. They strip things back and help everyone see what really matters without the need for another all-staff email. If company values are just words on a wall, a capsule decision is what makes them real. It's where show don't tell gets lived out. Think of them as the leadership version of a capsule wardrobe. You invest in a few essential, versatile pieces and suddenly every other clothing decision gets easier. In leadership, it's the same. You sweat the decision once, and everything else starts to flow. Let's bring this home for a second, because honestly, you're probably already making some capsule decisions without even realizing it. Ever set up a standing order for your savings account, so the money leaves your account the minute you're paid? That's not just smart banking. It's you saying, saving is non-negotiable. You made a one-time decision, and now every month that discipline just happens. It changes your relationship to money for the long haul. Or maybe you kicked out all of the screens from your bedroom. Suddenly you're saying, my rest, my relationships, they matter more to me than late night scrolling or watching the TV. This precedent sets a bedroom is for sleep and connection, not catching up on email precedent. The payoff? Better sleep, real conversation, and sharper mornings. There's even stuff like opting for a weekly veg box from a local supplier. You're not just buying carrots, you're building a habit. Healthy eating, supporting local, caring for the planet. Your meals and mindset shift around that one move. See, each of these decisions anchors a new behaviour and takes willpower out of the equation. You decide once, now the desired behaviour is the path of least resistance. So if we can do this with our money or health, imagine what's possible when we intentionally use capsule decisions at work, where the stakes and the ripple effects are even bigger. Let's talk stress, choices, and where the pressure is the highest. If anyone knows about decisions that matters, it's the world leaders. Do you remember when Barack Obama, as president, only wore grey suits for a while? It seemed boring and inconsequential, but the reason was genius. He understood about decision fatigue. The more little choices you make, the less energy you have left to what really counts. So he automated the trivial and focused on the monumental. That's capsule decision thinking, right at the heart of power. The principle is, my mental bandwidth is precious, so save it for the big stuff. It isn't about being dull, it's a strategy. Willpower is a battery. Capsule decisions keep it charged for what actually moves the needle. And by the way, every time we automate a routine, we're actually making space for creative thinking and responding to the unexpected. That's gold for anyone leading through uncertainty. Alright, so why do capsule decisions matter so much for leaders? Firstly, they bring serious clarity. Your team will always watch your actions much more than your PowerPoint slides. A visible, gutsy decision cuts through the noise and tells them, here's what really matters. Second, these choices create keystone habits, small things that naturally trigger bigger positive shifts. A manager who kicks off every meeting with, "What went right this week?" isn't just chasing good feelings, they're building a recognition culture, one simple act at a time. Third, capsule decisions empower your people. When you show, not just say, your core values, people know how to act without checking every move with you. If your mantra is, do right by the customer, your service team can issue a refund on the spot. No drama, no 3-step sign-off. And, my favourite, capsule decisions blast through bureaucracy. Instead of trying to write a policy for every single scenario, you pick a simple, powerful principle. This is how you turn abstract values into living, breathing culture. Ready for the nitty-gritty? Let's talk through some real capsule decisions, matched with the company's stage or situation where they really shine. The 4-day work week. Thinking about this one for a mature business in tech, creative or services. Especially powerful if you're well beyond basic survival and want to reduce burnout or sharpen your competitive edge. You could move your team to a 100-80-100 model. Pay full for 80% of the hours and the same results. The outcome? You become a talent magnet, force serious focus and prove your value output over hours. Focusing on outcomes, not outputs. This is a game changer for teams in governments, charities or any group ready to scale their impact. A team might stop logging cases processed and start measuring outcomes. Suddenly everyone's energized by real purpose, not paperwork. Bootstrapping and rejecting VC funding. If you're early stage value driven or want to guard your company's soul, this is for you. Saying no to venture capital and growing off real revenue means slower growth, but it keeps you customer focused, mission led and truly independent. Radical transparency. This works for small or mid-sized businesses wanting more trust, buy-in, or engagement after that first big growth spurt. When a CEO opens the financials to everyone, the message is loud. We're in this together. The reward? People start acting like owners and your culture takes off. Proactively saying no to toxic clients. If your company's in a healthy state, you don't need to survive off of every deal. Turning down a high-paying, high-drama client proves your culture and people come first. You'll feel the morale shift instantly. People know you'll back them, not just the bottom line. Flat hierarchies and no titles. If you're starting out or seeking a more agile, collaborative environment, ditching titles lets innovation thrive from every corner. Everyone owns, everyone leads. How about no emails after hours? For established teams and demanding sectors, banning after-hours emails makes well-being non-negotiable. It's a massive signal that you're serious about rest, and you'll see focus and energy rebound. Now, not all of these are right for everyone, and you need to think carefully about the strategy and culture in your team to decide what capsule decisions will work for your organisation. Capsule decisions are about timing as much as content. They bring clarity when things get complex, trust when you grow fast, and energy when you need new momentum. They're your leverage when the status quo is holding your team back. So let's wrap this up. Capsule decisions aren't about doing more, but they're about being deliberate with the choices that truly matter. Ask yourself, where in your team, your business, or your life, is there one small lever, one powerful rule or principle that could flip the script and make everything else easier? That's the question to take away for this week. Find that choice, make it, and then watch how the dominoes fall. Thanks for listening to Level Up Leadership. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make a capsule decision today to follow the podcast so you never miss an episode in future. Until next time, keep leading, keep learning, keep leveling up.